It's an Eastern Conference matchup as the Toronto Raptors come into town for this one. And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball here with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. I'm Kevin Harlan. Earlier in the season, it was Toronto coming away with the loss in this matchup against the Pacers.
Let's go, you're up. My time.
Change. Williams is checked in. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Well, the Toronto Raptors guys looking at a rebrand for a team starting next season to celebrate their 20th anniversary in the league. Boy, time flies. New colors, Steve, and a new logo.
Yeah, they'd even considered a name change, but decided to stick with that bird of prey connotation rather than a dinosaur.
Setting the floor for the Raptors. Lowry and Williams, the guards. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with James Johnson. And it's DeRozan in at the small forward. Well, Steve, a big moment here. We get a glimpse coming off the bench of the first official NBA appearance from James. Just an amazing... Oh, and what a feeling it's got to be as we get to see the very first NBA bucket from James.
That's a basket he'll never forget. Guys, the only question now is how many more of them does he have ahead?
I know the answer to that one, Steve. A bunch. And it's not going to take him long to get him either. This guy can score.
Here's Hibbert, hits the jumper.
When you go back to when the Raptors came into existence in 1995, it was Jurassic Mania, thanks to the hit movie at that time. That influenced the fan vote when it came to the team's name, but I think the Tyrannosaurus theme may soon go extinct.
That's good from Johnson on the assist by James.
Here it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, getting the ball into the post should be their first option every time down. Force the defense to adapt and adjust.
Hill kicks to Scola. And count it from 19 feet away. Scola's got his first bucket of the night.
Well, you talk about the branding of this Raptors team, the new uniforms. Of course, we saw the Toronto-bred rapper Drake at a lot of their games sitting courtside, and they had the playoff run last year. This is, I think, an up-and-coming franchise with a lot of appeal.
The kick out to Williams. Shot clock at 5. Here's DeRozan. Hibbert pulls it in.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Stuckey with it. Now guarded by DeRozan. Hill kicks to Scola. Indiana moving it around. And George with the stop.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
Well, now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
James sets the screen for Williams. Dishes it to DeRozan. Back to Williams. He kicks it to James. James right side. No good on that last second attempt there. All right, the second quarter beginning. Group in now for Indiana. Roy Hibbert's checked in for Mahinmi. Scola comes in for West. Rodney Stuckey's checked in for Donald Sloan. And George Hill's subbed in for C.J. Watson. So the Raptors 5 right now. Amir Johnson at the 4 with Valanciunas at the pivot. Lewis Williams out there with DeRozan. And it's James in at the 3 slot. And that'll be Toronto as it goes out of bounds. Raptors retain possession. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Kevin, DeMar DeRozan, a first-time All-Star in 2014. He's learned from veterans like Kobe the value of watching film. He said, quote, "I'm reading situations better, understanding what I have to do, not just for myself, but the next person on the team. I'm more confident in every decision I make on both ends." Guys, the difference is clearly evident.
Yeah, scoring more efficiently and improving as a passer, Doris. Thanks. Outside Hill. Scola, a screen on Williams. Hill with it. And it's Johnson picking him up. Here's George. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. 19 points here for George.
You got to like his shot selection today. He set a good example for the rest of his teammates.
James against George. James kicks to Williams. James sets the screen for Williams. On the wing, James. Toronto needs to get off a shot. That's in, and the Pacer lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from DeRozan.
Boy, he's so hard to stop, guys, because he poses a ton of matchup problems for the defense.
Scola, a screen on DeRozan. Stuckey passes to Hill. Back to Stuckey. No good on the three.
Tell you what, we haven't seen them be as aggressive driving the lane and drawing fouls in this quarter, but so far it hasn't cost them on the scoreboard.
And I think part of the reason it hasn't cost them is they went at them hard in the first quarter, and now they're picking them apart a little bit from the outside.
So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Pacers lead by 8.
Okay, everybody, pay attention. We definitely got some stuff to go over from the first half.
And now the third quarter about to get going. You look at Paul George in this game, guys. He's been everywhere.
I know we've said this many times before, but I'll say it again. He had a great first half, just an explosive offensive display.
So it's Indiana picking up the win.
The bad news is we play like a 50-year-old rec league bump, and we lost the game. You're supposed to ask me what the good news is.
What's the good news?
Good news is I don't think you can play any worse.
Is this supposed to be making me feel better?
No, man. It's supposed to make you understand that it ain't just you. We all gotta work if we're gonna do something special this year. So put this one behind you, learn from it, and move on, all right?
Yeah, all right. But a 50-year-old bum, though?
If the shoe fits.
Come on, man.